Hello, this is Candy with eyes2jesus.blogspot.com, and today I am giving you my monthly planner tour for the month of June so that you can see what planner I'm going into June in and which planner I am currently enjoying. So I am in this. Isn't this an amazingly pretty color? And this is a Moterm personal size planner. You know, I just can't stay away from the Moterms. The Smart Fees are pretty cool, but look at this color in this Moterm. So just a little bit about this personal size Moterm before we get inside. This is their regular personal size. It is not personal wide and it is not luxe. And this is the one that was when they started transitioning to all one color planners. Because before these came out, they had planners like this, so they'd have one color on the outside and a different color on the inside, which I love. So yeah, I have like this one with the brown and the gray on the inside. Then I have the one that's red with the more kind of brown on the inside, and then the one that's black with the red on the inside. And these older vintage Moterms are the most floppiest, softest, and they were cheaper too. So floppy, so soft, and so luxurious, and look at that rich brown of this one. But their spine didn't really sit as well as the non-vintage Moterms do, and it was kind of a coin toss as to how, you know, it sits. You know, it's got the big pocket on the back, so it was a coin toss in how well it sits closed, if it sits lined up or not. You can see we got a little bit of extra room here in this one, but a lot of the moderns, in fact, most of the modern current Moterms have that gap as well. But one of the things on these older ones is the pocket configuration was way different, and sometimes I'll use this and it is kind of fun, but it's just not as convenient as their current pocket setup is. So yeah, and then after these, they started putting ones out with like the pocket setup that we have now, and in colors where it was the same color on the inside as the outside. And this shade of pink was among some of the very first ones that they put out with their current pocket layout and color. And this is a discontinued color. As far as I know, this was the first shade of pink that they put out. The current shade of pink that they've had going now for the past few years is this pink. I think now they're calling it Dusty Rose, but it was just called pink and light pink. And it's blah. I mean, it's okay. It's a light chalky or light dusty pink. But you can compare the two of their original pink to their current pink, and you can see the difference. And also, I'm finding on the Moterm, starting with like this pink and up, you can kind of see it doesn't line up perfectly with the back pocket, but it's not bad. But when you look at this one, you can see I don't have that gap between the back pocket and the covers. This lays flush, and that's fabulous. And that's something that I like about classic croc planners, because they have the back pocket as well, is it lines up flush as well. It's a perfect amount of material. It's not too much. It's not too little. But yeah, between it lining up the pockets, lining up flush, and this amazing color, I just had to get back into this. And I have two of these because when these are still available, I got this one, found out that I really, really love it, and so I got a second one, and it could be one that I might eventually sell or gift, or might just keep it as a backup in case something happens to this one because it's gorgeous. Okay, so one modification I did is it came with 1-inch silver rings. So I replaced them with 1-inch gold rings. You can see the gold sticking out. And I don't know how well the camera is conveying it, but the gold, it looks so pretty with this shade of pink. And yeah, and I just got replacement Moterm rings for this on Amazon. And for around $8, you can buy 2 new rings. You can do silver or gold, and then I think sometimes, I think they might have copper or a brushed nickel or something too. One of my older Moterm planners that has an old pocket configuration, I have a brown Croco with the old pocket configuration, and it came with like a rustic brushed type of color rings. I've never seen any like that before, and they're very pretty. I don't know if they sell those or not, but I think they have 3 colors: silver, gold, maybe it's rose gold is the other one, and maybe sometimes they have like a brushed nickel or more of a bronzy, I'm not sure. But yeah, you can buy Moterm rings. It's like you buy 2 packets around $8, at least on Amazon Prime. You pick the color that you want. You can do the 25 millimeter, which is roughly 1 inch, which is in here, or the 30 millimeter, which is just shy of 1 1/4 inches. Now, if you put the 1 1/4 rings or the 30 millimeter rings in a non-luxe Moterm, your tabs are going to poke out. But so you want to stick with this 1 inch in the non-luxe. And the luxes, they come with 30 millimeters already. And if you wanted to do the wider Franklin Covey compact inserts, then if you take the 30 millimeter rings out of a personal luxe Moterm and put in the 1 inch or 25 millimeter rings, then the Franklin Covey inserts will fit in there perfectly. Or another thing that I would do when I was in Franklin Covey compact size is you can buy a Moterm personal wide. That comes with, I believe, also 30 millimeter rings. Take those out, buy yourself a junk binder on eBay that has 1.5 inch rings, and put the 1.5 inch rings into the Moterm personal wide. It fits the Franklin Covey compact inserts fabulously, and if you like to carry a lot of stuff, it gives you a lot of room. These days, I'm trying to do the smallest, thinnest, lightest planner that I can, but not compromise what I need to have with me. So that is this. The regular personal size Moterms are very much the same or close to the size of most of the Filofax personal size planners. So it's got the nice narrow footprint, and they're not too thick. So let's get inside this beauty, and I'll show you how I have it set up. So here she is, and I just have, I guess you'd call it a medium-size ollie clip sitting here. I thought the pink floral looked cute on this. So this is decorative, but it is also functional. I had to have a very important note to myself the other day, and I needed it right on the front of my planner so that I wouldn't forget it, and it was a specific thing. So I had it on the front of my planner with the sticky note, but I had this clip on it too, so that it would definitely not leave the front of my planner. So this is also functional, and then if I need to clip things anywhere else in my planner, I have this here to grab. Now, going inside, so inside the front zipper pocket here on the side, I just keep some change. And then inside the slip pocket, I have withdrawal tickets, deposit tickets, postage stamps, just things like that. And then in this little front pocket here, I just have a decorative piece of paper. I think this is Filofax. Yeah, this was from a Filofax pocket size week on 2-page planner that I've had for a couple of years now. So I just have that in there because it's pretty, and I just wanted to stick something in there. And then the first page here is some scriptures. And then I have a smaller ollie clip right there. Again, if I need to clip things to this, like a dashboard, or if I need to clip anything anywhere in my planner, I can always grab this clip and do that. And then the other side, some more scriptures. And then I have a current family photo. And then on the other side, a current couples photo of my husband and I. And this laminated photo page, I have a little top tab on it because if I grab it and flip past it, brings me to my running grocery list. This is us where I write things down that I'm running low on or out of that I want to get at the store. And then when I want to make my official grocery list, I'll take the stuff from here, plus looking at my menu plan further in the planner and at my master grocery list, and then I'll write out my list here, and I write it in the order of the aisles at the store at which I shop. So I just keep several sheets of just random blank filler paper up here for that. Okay, so we come to my first homemade divider. I have 6 main homemade dividers, and this one is labeled Home. This is for my homemaking section, and this is just one of those stick-on 3M pin loops. I still have the sticky backing on it. I just use 2 small binder clips to clip it on. And this is a ballpoint pen from Staples, and this is my secondary pen. This is for like filling out deposit or withdrawal slips for the bank, writing checks, filling out official documents, anything like that. It's also a backup pen so that if my main pen over here goes out when I'm out and about, then I can switch to this one and keep on trucking. I also do keep a ballpoint in my purse too, so I also have a backup, or a pen I can loan someone. All right, so then going inside here, I have a poem here at the beginning, Do the Next Thing. The author is anonymous. I suggest you Google it if you've never heard of it. It's very, very good. And then I have my daily cleaning chores, so my daily tasks. And then I have my children's chores, which is under construction because I have 2 grown children and then one that's just about to turn 18, and then I'll be down to just 1 child who is still a minor. And then after that, I have an envelope. There's currently nothing in it, but sometime during the week, I'll stick some money in there, and that's for any paid chores that my kids do. And then I just track their paid chores on this sheet of filler paper. And then I have a scripture, Proverbs 31:10 through 31 in the Young's Literal Translation. And then these are my deep cleaning, organization, and projects. Like the next thing on my list is clean trash cans. You know, trash cans, even though I keep trash liners in them, trash will sometimes somehow get under them, or little bits of things, and they need to get rinsed and scrubbed. So it's time for that. Then after that, I need to clean out cars. So these are just where I keep my projects. Okay, and then after that we have my master grocery list, and I just skim through this when I'm making my grocery list each week. This helps remind me if there's anything that I am forgetting. Then I have breakfast ideas and lunch ideas, and these also contain suggested sides to go with each meal. And same thing with the supper ideas along with suggested sides. I have my menu plan for the week, and I reference these pages to help me in making my menu plans. And then I have a flag on here so that if I just want to open my planner and flip to my menu section, I just grab that top flag and boom, I'm there. Okay, and these are my Thanksgiving and New Year's menus because I usually host these every year, and these are the standard things that I make. They get changed up every few years or so. They got tweaked a little bit last year. And then I come to a table of contents, and I have a little side tab here so I can flip through this quickly. And this is for recipes. So this table of contents is just the page numbers to the sections of my recipes. And then from there, each section, the recipes are in alphabetical order. So I just, whatever recipe I want, I turn to whatever page for the section it's in, and then I just go in ABC order to flip to that recipe. And the rest of my homemaking section are the recipes. So my next homemade divider is labeled school, and this is my homeschooling section. So I'm a homeschooling mother of 4. So 2 of my children are adults. My 3rd child is going to be turning 18 this summer, and he just graduated high school. So now I am down to homeschooling 1 child. She's finishing up 10th grade, and then I just have her for 11th and 12th grades. And I homeschool and have homeschooled my children year-round, Monday through Thursday, and we take the month of July off. So we're still homeschooling here through June, but then we'll take July off. And then July is going to be when I do planning and preps and purchasing and getting ready for the next school year, and then the next school year starts in August. So this is my homeschool section, and in June and possibly July, it's going to be quite messy because we're finishing up books. I'm planning and pre-planning and prepping for what books that we're going to get, that I'm going to get next month or at the end of this month, etc. And by the way, I homeschool via the Trivium method, for those who are wondering. So this is our homeschool schedule, and I just have a note on top of that. And then this is our course of study or curriculum chart, and I have some things written on here because I'm starting to plan out the next school year. And then reading lists. So my 12th grader finished his list and he graduated. And then my 10th grader, she is in the middle of this book. And then these other books, I'm probably going to just carry over to her 11th grade reading list. I usually try to make their reading list longer than what they can read, so that I'll have some books to carry over. And then I just add books to it throughout the year when needed. So we're never out of books on the reading list. All right, and then I have their copywork assignments. And then we have our usual Monday school layout, Tuesday and Wednesday school, Thursday school, and then a notes page, which I rarely use, but if I don't have it in here, then I will need it. So this was especially when my kids were younger and we did more projects, so that's what's in there for that, or if I just need to note something special down. So then my next main homemade divider is labeled budget, and this is my budgeting section. I don't have that anonymized. So the very first page in there is my budget guide. Excuse me. So we get paid each week. So I have 4 sections, and then each section is one for each check for the month. And I just have listed which bills and which recurring expenses I have assigned to which check throughout the month. So I will look at that budget guide when I'm doing my budget. And then after that, I just have filler paper. Yes, I do have budgeting sheets. They come with a lot of inserts. They come with Franklin Covey inserts, for example, but I don't use them. I just use filler paper. I just write the date of the check that I'm budgeting for. I look at my budget guide and write down the expenses assigned to that check. I will then turn to my monthly calendar and see what's coming up for that week, birthdays, appointments, etc. I will write those in as well. And then if we're saving up for something big coming up, then I'll write down how much we need to save from that particular check, etc. So that's my budgeting section. So my next divider is reference. And my reference section, let's have some things anonymized here. The pages are numbered. So here's my table of contents. And what I keep in my reference section is gift ideas, birthdays and holidays guide, stock list, perpetual calendar, family information, codes, directions, contacts, health, and food. And you'll notice throughout my planner, some of my words are punched out. That's because up until last month, I was in Franklin Covey compact size, but then I decided I wanted a bit smaller and I missed personal size, so I didn't redo everything in my planner. I just chopped everything more narrow and repunched them. So some of my things are punched out. Not a big deal. I've been in this all year. I already know what they say. And when I do my homeschool planning and prep for the new school year, I also reprint out and rewrite out a lot of my things for my planner. So all of this will get handled next month, probably in the middle of next month anyways. So yeah, I'm not going to flip through this because we just went through the table of contents. I have a few flags and tabs sticking out of things that I turn to the most often. So we go to my next divider, which is assorted. And inside assorted, it's scratch paper, notes, little Bible study, stickies, etc. This is a mock to-do list. If you want to pause and read it and have a laugh, go right ahead. You might need to zoom in. And yeah, and then so I just have various notes in here. I have some college notes, notes on learner's permits and driver's license, because that is the season that I am with my 4 children. So I have all of that stuff in there, and then just some projects and ideas and brain dump. And then I have a little tab at the top, a flag. When I flip to that, that brings me to where I have extra filler paper that I can use anywhere in my planner where I need it. Okay, so my last main homemade divider is planning. So now we're into the planner portion of my planner. So we turn in here, and I have another picture of my husband and I. And then we come to my month on 2 pages. And I have month on 2 pages for all of 2022 in here. And I am using Franklin Covey Sandstone month on 2 pages, compact size. So I just trimmed them down and repunched them. So I've been in these ones all year, and they're all set up. And so yeah, the holes are in some of the squares in the calendars. It's punched out some of my previous writing, but I can read it all just fine, and it is not a problem for me. So June. So here's what it looked like for June. My June calendar is kind of crazy. So let me flip to one that's a bit more blankish. So December doesn't have much written on it yet. So then you can see what blank Franklin Covey compact size trimmed down and repunched sandstone inserts look like. All right, and then I'm going to flip to today. Now I do day on 2 pages. So this is my first page. This is my page finder. This is my schedule, and this is my summer schedule. And you've probably seen me, if you've watched my videos for very long, then you know that a lot of times I will write out a completely different schedule in the summer if it's significantly different, and then I just tape it to my laminated schedule that I've been using all year. And that way I can still move it in and out of the rings. So this is a temporary schedule I'm on. I am a taxi driver, you know, driving my kids everywhere. 3 of my kids are driving. Like I said, 2 are adults. 1 is about to turn 18, and my 4th is going to start driving soon. So soon I won't be as much taxi mom, but yeah. So mostly it's you know, like with my second born, if he has car trouble, then I'm helping him out and driving him around. We just help him get a new battery in his car, so his car should be good now. And then my youngest, I've been driving her to a lot of teen events and a gym membership that she has that she's been going to quite a lot. So yeah, so this is my current schedule that I have written there. So I just keep my page finder and my schedule there, and then here's the second page. So let me turn to blank. So these are not sandstone. These are not Franklin Covey. They look kind of similar because the colors, they match really, really well. But I just was not looking forward to doing another trim down of another month of trimming down my Franklin Covey sandstone inserts. Having to trim down months, I'm leaving those. That's fine. Now these, I have already had these inserts because when I was planning out my 2022 planner, I wasn't sure if I wanted to go into compact, a Franklin Covey compact, personal, or Franklin Covey half letter classic size. So I actually had inserts for all of those. So I've been selling my unused inserts, but I kept the personal size because I just had a feeling that I might be going into them, and here I am. And these are at a glance personal size. I believe they call it size 3, personal size day on 2-page inserts for 2022. You can get them on Amazon. I think for around 20-something or 30-something dollars, which is phenomenal since Franklin Covey and Daytimer, who also sells inserts just like these, they're going to be charging you around $50, give or take $10 or so. And depending on which ones you get. So these 20-something, 30-something dollars is a knockout deal. And the paper quality, I haven't noticed any difference. It seems to me to be the same quality as the Franklin Covey and Daytimer. But I'm not a paper aficionado, but it works for me. So anyways, the layout is fabulous. I definitely require day on 2-page every single day, even the weekends. So it's very helpful. And with these, I don't have to trim them down. They're already personal size. At a glance, size 3 is personal size. It'll go right in. You don't have to trim. You don't have to punch. They go right in. So over here, this is where I write my to-dos and my tasks. All right. And then this column here with these little squares here, I will A, B, C prioritize them. A being the most important, B being the next most important, and C being if I have time to get to. And then if I have a lot of A's and I need to do things in a specific order, then I will also put a little number next to it, like I need to do A1 first, A2 second, etc. And then in this furthest column here all the way to the left, this is for marking them off. So, you know, you check them off if they're done. And it gives you a key here. It's very similar to the Franklin Covey key. The biggest difference is when something's in process, in Franklin Covey you put a dot next to it, and this one you do a dash. I still do a dot because that's what I've been doing for years. So yeah, you put a dot next to it if it's in process. You put an arrow next to it if you're forwarding it to the next day. You can put a D there if you're going to delegate it to someone else. You exit out or cross it off if you've canceled that, and you check it off if it's done. And I don't only just mark them off, I also put a line through them. Otherwise, it can be hard for my eye to see what all I have going. Because sometimes my lists, my to-dos, can get kind of long. So it helps if I mark them off and I put a line through it as well. And that makes it so that my eye can quickly and immediately see what still needs to be done. Okay, and then down here in expenses, I do tracking here. Sometimes it's expenses, sometimes it's other stuff. I just track in the expenses section. And then you have the time schedule to write in appointments. I will also write in not just timed appointments, but if I have a very different day than usual, then I might write out a full schedule for that day because it might be different than the schedule that I already have written out. So then I'll use that for that. And then the second page at the top, and this is a notes page, but at the top I write down our meal plan for the day that I will look at from my menu. So I'll go to my menu, I'll see what's planned for the next day, and I'll write that out, breakfast, lunch, and supper there. And then I'll also look at the next day, and if it's something that I need to pre-prepare or do something for in advance, then I'll write that down there too, and then put a note in my to-dos so that I know that I need to do some preparations for that. And then after that, I will write down my daily chores. So then I'll flip over to here. I'll write down my assigned chores for that day, and then I will go over to here, and I will write down my kids' assigned chores for the day, and then those will go there. And then I have the bottom third or half of this page open for further notes, or sometimes I will do some food journaling if I'm sensitive to something, or if I need to watch what I eat for a while. And sometimes it's just left blank. So yeah, it really depends. Today's, I don't have a whole lot there. Of course, today is a Sunday. So it really varies how much I fill those pages or not. So, and I keep 1 month at a time of a day on 2 pages in here. All right, so then after that, we come to my back matter. So I have a sheet of filler paper at the top. It says Future Planning 2023 Plus, and I have it anonymized because I do already have some items written down there. And then we have my plastics. I have a zipper pocket. This has some receipts and appointment cards and some of my extra cards in it that I don't need too often. After that, I have a top-loading pocket that I also keep things in. Then we have my back page lifter. And then we come to the back pockets where I have my cards, and then I also have Avery dots, Avery labels, and hole reinforcement stickers. I got my main pen, which is the Sharpie S-Gel 0.7. I love that pen a lot. And then in the back pocket, I have my mission statement, which I printed out years ago when I was in pocket size. So it's a pocket size laminated mission statement. I have various different size sticky notes, and I have my washi card in there. And then I think I have a piece of paper back there with a note on it for something I'm referencing. And then in the big back pocket, I've got some bills waiting to be paid, got some Bible study notes, I got some papers from my church, so just various stuff like that, more Bible study stuff. So I love that because I can take a regular letter size sheet of paper, I only have to fold it in half once, and it fits right in there. So I have this nice small planner, but I can just fit so much in it, and it just pops in and out of my purse easily. So this concludes my planner tour. I hope it blessed you, motivated, helped you, inspired you, and I hope you have a blessed day.